Hey there, team, and welcome back to Warhammer Total War for another narrative campaign. This time, we will be taking the role of the Truthsayers of Albion, or well, really just the people of Albion as a whole, as the campaign progresses. Primarily beginning much more with the role of the Truthsayer Council. This mod, the OVN Lost Factions mod, is what I'm using here. Has got some really cool takes on Albion. I really think they do a fantastic job with it. You have a choice of two starting lords, Morgan, the Phantom Queen there, or Dural Durak. Now we're going to be beginning with Dural here, who is the chief Truthsayer. He really is the head of the council, the most supreme of them all. And we're going to be following him through the early stages and hopefully completing things quite quickly so that we can then call in the aid of Morrigan as well. I'm going to be playing them both quite differently. As I say, this is a narrative campaign. This is very much, I have my own special goals here for the completion of it. Dural has, of course, been rumoured, or yes, proved on many occasions to see the future, and he has he's done so before the beginning of this campaign. He has seen the end times. He has prophesized it, and he knows that Albion alone cannot withstand the trials that are coming, and he must act, and he must rouse his people to act alongside him. As first, hopefully, we fully unite the people of Albion and retake our land from these hostile invaders of dark elves and chaotic elements, and then push further afield to aid humans and elves in their struggles and ensure that they are ready for the trials ahead as well. Whereas Morrigan is much more going to be representing this this feeling of protecting Albion above all else. Certainly far from discounting the lives and the strengths of our allies. Her arrival will be kind of be a sign that perhaps Dural is focusing too much outside our borders. I'll pause myself now because there will be a timestamp in the description. This is the way I always start my narrative campaigns. It's the first time you come across one. I do ramble for a long while at the start, so please, look in the description. If you are more interested in the campaign itself, just jump straight to that. No offense taken at all. So I say Morrigan will be arriving then to stand up for the people that she feels, it's her role to protect. I'm not going to go fully into the lore behind Morrigan and Dural, but it is incredibly interesting. So another link that'll be in the description is this little document, which hopefully, if I've done everything right, should have just popped up. Feel free to pause it here if you want, but I really would recommend just opening up the description, having a read through it yourself. I'm going to be following the lore pretty much as it is here. I'm no doubt going to be bending these characters a little bit as the story progresses, but they have got a really cool interaction between each other. It's not totally clear what that interaction is based on, but I'm going to be going on one of the theories of Dural, having had some connection, some sort of relation with Morrigan before she became the Phantom Queen. He knew her as the maiden that she was once before, and it's so he does have this history with her, and that's I really am excited to sort of work with that as the campaign progresses. In addition to that, I do hope to bring in some of these other characters with the likes of Cormac. I think he would be pretty cool. I don't know about Connor McFood because he is an actual... He's got a lot of writing in various books about him. I've not read that. I don't know if I could really do him justice. I think Cormac I could do some good work with. In addition, I think I could do all right with Queen Gwenlane. I've not chosen that art myself, so I think that should be fine for YouTube. But yeah, we'll be all right. So I do have my plans for how I could maybe bring them into it as well. But in the beginning, we really are. It's a Dural campaign, and then Morgan will come in, and then after that I think we'll have some of these other characters. There really is a host of people that I could bring in, and I have thought about how I could maybe do that. Once again, really recommend you just have a read through this book. It's it'll hopefully give you a good feel for what I'm trying to achieve throughout the campaign. But I really think that there's nothing else I need to rattle at right now. We'll just get stuck into it. I just realised I hadn't actually shown my faction effects, of course. We've got some quite cool climates that are suitable for us. Mountains are unpleasant, unfortunately, but everything else makes a lot of sense. Masters of the Blighted Land as well has some good uses for us too. We don't suffer attrition due to chaos corruption, and a few other fun things. I don't actually use raiding all that much. I'm going to maybe try and use ambushing a bit more than I used to, but all in all, we'll see. Over here, and it makes a lot of sense. We start in the nice stormy conditions, which really do cover up quite a bit here. Now, first things first, Conquata. I will actually be renaming Conquata. There's going to be a little cut just after I do the initial run through. I'm going to be renaming Conquata to Bolahat, which is the sort of the largest settlement within Albion. Now, I don't actually know where Bolahat is, but I'm viewing it probably is somewhere quite central, so that's where we'll pop it. And Conquata is a lovely sort of idea, but I think I'd prefer it to be, an Albion settlement, and also because of something to do with one of the mods I'm using, I'm gifted Citadel of Lead at the start of the game. Not entirely sure why, but what we're going to do is we're going to give that to the Vanahemlings. And so instead, because they were originally going to have Conquata, I'm here though, so they're kicked out. So I'm going to give them Citadel of Lead, and I'll have to take that from them. And as to why I get it, not too sure. Also, last thing I'm going to be doing is naming my giant. I always like to sort of name, larger creatures, larger entities in my armies for these narrative campaigns. I think it's quite a lot of fun, so I want to name him. I'll name every giant. I don't see why not. The Feral Griffins as well. I'll probably give them, fun names. And I don't know about Fenhulks. maybe not Fenhulks, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, when we can finally sort of grab one of them. But this is my starting army. I've got my Hearthguard, very, very nice unit. Some Druids, good little bit of spell casting, a nice bit of early healing for me. Actually, sorry, no, can they heal? Oh, no, they can't. No, they can only get Awakening of the Wood and Shield of Thorns, but that doesn't actually use up, those are abilities. Those are bound spells. They don't actually use up Winds of Magic to throw them down, so that's good, because I really do like to store some Winds of Magic because of everything having this Wodic paint, so I need to have my mana reserves over 50% in order to actually get that. It allows Albion Giants, who normally Giants have such an issue with just being shot at, but Albion Giants have this 15% physical resistance, and I think they also have a little bit more armor than your standard Giant. I'll have to find a giant to make absolutely certain of that, but I think they are a little bit more armored. So I'll name my giant. I'll give Citadel of Lead away, and then we'll jump back into it. I'll probably make my initial. No, there's nobody to trade with. Having a quick look at my technology, we've even got a research tree, which is pretty cool. It's not a very colossal one, but I kind of like that. But still, it is going to take a long time to get through 248 if we don't change anything up. I think the first thing that we'll go for is I think we're going to go for Path of the Truthsayers, even, for that research, and then also getting that relations bonus with the High Elves and the Lizard Men. I think it's going to be quite important. Get some early trade deals with them, and hopefully get some access to their territory so that we can come in and help them fight against the Dark Elves, help them kick out these really hostile entities. And yeah, so we'll jump back in a second. So there we are, nice, with Bowler Hat there. If you want to have a quick read through the general idea of Bowler Hat, it is hanging out there. Again, would recommend just opening up the book yourself. You can zoom in a bit, perhaps see it a little, but really not a bad idea. Just open it up and give a read through. There's a lot of other places here. Unfortunately, I won't really be able to go into too much detail about every one of them because I only have 3 locations to work with, and that kind of leads me on to another issue with our starting locations, but we'll get onto that. We only start because the Citadel of Lead was our largest area. Well, it was officially our capital, so this is quite small. Oh well, we'll cross that bridge for later. And unfortunately, I couldn't give this to the Vanaheimlings, so they are going to be getting destroyed over the intern by our new Dark Elf friend, Rikarth. So he's going to go and smash them. And I can't give it to the Rotblood tribe, who I believe they were the ones that actually had it. They're the ones that were meant to have it, but since I'm at war with them, I can't give it to them. The Citadel of Lead was ended, just had to give it to the only other faction I really could, which was the Bjornlings. I could have given them to the Dark Elves in all honesty, but no, I think it makes a bit more sense for the Norskins, and we will be fighting them immediately after. They are on our land, get them off. So we might as well just jump straight into, last thing, giant Togbald. I quite like that. I think it's quite nice for a wee giant. So I'm gonna stick with that. So before we jump into that though, we have our Waystones. A big thing apart from just getting Morrigan. The Waystone restoration is going to provide us a lot of nice little bonuses. So that's building up all of the Waystones on Albion. You can see this Waystone influence there. Is that telling us what it's going to do just yet? Oh, it doesn't. When does that tell us what it does? I suppose not right now anyway, but it does provide me some nice bonuses, a lot of growth, a lot of replenishment, cheaper recruitment, really just a heap of good things. So we want to get that sorted out as quickly as we can. But without further ado, let's hop on into this battle. Forces. I've had a good little bit of a play around with them. I'm certainly not an expert with them, but I like the way they roll. Fighting up against some Chaos Warriors, some Chaos Marauders, Chaos Knights, and some Chaos Spawn. So hopefully try and hurl our little jabs into those boys. Dural sets up to lead his warriors in through the trees to engage these Chaos Warriors of Nurgle. Of course, currently, for me, they're hidden in the trees, but we can see them now. The very unpleasant Chaos Spawn. Not quite as... I find the Beastmen's Chaos Spawn to be a lot more unpleasant to look at, but still far from beautiful units there. Chaos Marauders behind, but the real nuisance here is of course going to be the Chaos Sorcerer Lord himself and the Chaos Knights. Heavily armoured, very fast, and with that anti-infantry bonus, it's not going to be easy to break them down for everybody but Togbald. And then the Chaos Warriors again, they're of course showing their allegiance to Nurgle. Moving in forward, Dural is leading the way. I think the only unit right now that is poking itself out are the Chaos Knights. So I'm going to be moving up there and getting a Wings of Fate strike against them. I'm not in any rush here, I am the attacker. Togbald is sitting up there, of course protected by his beautiful Warwick paint. Absolutely gorgeous man. As the young bloods, who are, goodness me, it's quite funny to see the size comparison there. Our young javelin throwing men. while the Centaurs with their AP axes move up on the side. They don't have an anti-cavalry bonus, or they don't have an anti-large bonus, so I don't want them going toe-to-toe with the Chaos Knights if I don't have to. It was a nice little strike there, did a bit of damage, and I'm hoping to just hurl myself upon them, as I have most of the infantry on this left flank. My Druid Neophytes moving up there, quite a nice little nuisance in melee there, and actually doing a magical damage. I didn't know that, but their main uses are, of course, Awakening the Wood and Shield of Thorns. Nice little bound magical spells there. But Dural is setting up, ready for action there. So once again, they've not come toward me, so I'm more than happy to hurl some more damage toward them. Yeah, striking down a good few of them, and they are actually pulling back from me. Usually AI does give a bit of time before it does decide to actually hurl itself upon you, but that's it coming on now. So the Centaurs waiting. Really, Chaos Warriors, they would do some good damage against the likes of them, but Chaos Warriors are just no joke, especially if I end up having to fight them in the trees. Those Centaurs suffering from the anti-large negative there. Oh, nice little spell, Plague of Rust, but that's fine, I'm not planning to engage them yet. Good little strike right into the middle of those Chaos Marauders, just trying to drop some of their numbers. Chaos Knights pushing on forward. Tugbold leading the charge now. Stomping on forward to engage, preferably the Chaos Knights. Yeah, bringing them down. Nice little jab volley. Really should have targeted the Chaos Spawn with that, because the Chaos Spawn are going straight for the Young Bloods, and I don't have anything in the way for that. And one volley, you see, it almost took down half their damn health. But now they are engaging me, and I'm not actually in the trees. I thought I was. Damn, okay. But we do have the Druid Neophytes coming on in there to try and help out. Good little hailstorm there, doing some damage. As I'm just leading the Chaos Warriors in a bit of a chase right now. I've got no reason to engage them right now. I can just keep them at bay. As the Hearthguard just serve to stop those Chaos Knights and Marauders. We can butcher the Marauders quite easily. Tugbold needs to push on forward there to engage the Chaos Knights. The friends routing there that our giant was suffering was due to those Young Bloods, who were really ripped apart quite quickly by the Chaos Spawn. But with those heavy axes, of course not really needing the armor piercing, but just relying on that heavy damage to slice open the Chaos Spawn, as the Druid Neophytes are in there too, and we are doing some good damage. But we are bunching up in order to deal with that. So their Chaos Lord, or Chaos Sorcerer Lord, just to give him his full title, is doing some tremendous damage to us. And yeah, those Chaos Knights, even though they're not really pulling off these great charges or anything, they just don't have to. They're just that good. So they really are able to just slice us apart with their anti-infantry bonus. But we're chasing them down, and they can't really do crap to Tugbold. So he is ripping them off their horses and really smashing them on down. Oh, Druid Neophytes catching that Sorcerer Lord now, while the Centaurs were sent in over here to go and slice up those routing Marauders. Catch a good few of them to be thrown on the pyre later. Hearthguard moving in to engage the Chaos Warriors. Hearthguard are good, they really are, but Chaos Warriors are a little bit more impressive. That silver shield and yeah, about double the armor that they've got as well. That's because of the Plague of Rust. They don't have double the armor normally, but they do temporarily. But now that Tugbold's in there, and we're getting some of these javelins from the returning Young Bloods, yeah, those Chaos Warriors are not going to be too happy. Leading them on a bit of a chase was quite useful. But Dural is engaging that Sorcerer alongside his Neophytes. Primarily the Neophytes tearing him apart, it seems. As he... Oh, no, he's not broken. My men are broken. And it has just left Dural to go 1v1. And this is not really a fight that Dural wants, considering he's got 5 armor. He does have his Wodic Paint benefit. But I may have used up a bit too much magic for him to be properly making use of that. Nope, he is. That's good to see. And but the arrival of the Centaurs helps him out. Armor-piercing strikes definitely working out against that Lord, and that is shattering the army. So we'll have a quick chase down. Make sure that that Sorcerer Lord is gone. Make sure that we're killing off these Chaos Warriors. We do not want these pure champions of chaos to be surviving on Albion a second longer than they have to. Nice little volley in there. Actually did do a bit of friendly fire, so I pulled them away so that I could get a quick volley in there, and then the centaurs can come on in to finish it off. Sometimes you can get this little run around in circles of the guy, and you're not actually striking him, you're just kind of bumping him around as he runs, so it's a good idea to pull back and come in again sometimes. Good. So, not so bad. Lost a good few more people than I was really intending to. I should have probably relied a bit more on Togbald to take a bit more damage. I really let those chaos spawn through into my young bloods, which was a bit of a shame. So, I have 3 choices at the end of a battle. I can either free the captives for a bit of money, sacrifice them for some leadership, or convert the captives for some replenishment. I'm really glad that I have this. This is a nice thing. But, additional thing for this sort of little narrative campaign, I will not convert any basically pure chaotic entities. That's something that I just can't do. Norskins, yeah, sure, no problem with that, but when it comes to actual chaos, I can't convert them. So because we just wouldn't trust that, certainly not. So that's it's going to be a bit of an issue, and we can't free totally chaotic forces either. But when it comes to pirates, well, that's fine and dandy. We're happy to sell them for a bit of money, not a problem at all. But chaos, no sir. Now, Citadel of Lead. How well armed? Well, how well defended in there? Oops, it is. Nope. Didn't mean to click on that. Just meant to click on the Citadel itself. So it should just have its basic garrison, which is some champions, some spears, some marauders, and some marauder hunters, and that's it. Shouldn't have anything else, which, to be honest, I think I'm good to go. I would have loved to have gotten a little bit more replenishment or another spot of recruitment, but just ain't gonna happen. And I really think we need to rush as quickly as possible, and really this time rely on Togbald, rely on our centaurs. They don't have a hero this time, so Dural will just be able to really rack up some damage. Now, as for Dural's skill tree, it's quite interesting. I will be, what I'm thinking, yeah, because it won't be everybody's interest at the end of this episode. What I'll do is I'll go through and just scan through it. You can have a look there, but I'll run my cursor over everything. No, I don't think I need to really do that. I think we'll be all right. I might do that when we get more again. We'll see. But it's not like a massive tree, so we should, which I kind of like. Sometimes things are a bit too big, especially for mages, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm never going to be able to get all of this, or I'm never going to be able to get everything that I want. So we should be all right here. Let's get Root Marcher right now, just because, yeah, he's going to be moving around so much. Genuinely, I think that's probably the only blue skill I'm giving him, though, because there's so many other skills I want him to have. But, yeah, most certainly we need that. Now, is this going to damage my reputation? I don't think it matters, like, whether I declare war on them or not. I have just given them that, so they're going to be like, why do you just gave us something, why are you giving us it and then immediately taking it back? But, no. It's got to be done. So we'll declare war and then march on up. Oh, yo. Nasties in the sea. Oh, damn it. Big thing. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I kind of expect them to be a little bit more developed there. For this to be because it should be a bit more of a challenge for me. Should be a little bit more of a challenge. What I'll do is I won't take this right now. What we'll do is we'll break the siege, we'll fall back, and we'll come back in just maybe 2-3 turns, just to give them a bit of a chance. So we've declared war on them, we've made our intentions clear, but for now, just head back and get some replenishment, make it a more troublesome fight. There is this bad lad back there, the real harbingers of doom. I think they're the ones that are meant to have it, actually, but holy smokes. So yeah, proper bloodletters. They aren't going to show up, of course, but that, oh, little baby boy is there. Actually decent amount of melee attack, holy smokes. But yeah, he himself is the fearsome boy. Now we're actually suffering attrition because of this storm. Don't think we've got diplomacy to anybody yet. 1,000 Maws. I don't want to trade with them. They are Dark Elves. That is fine and dandy. So we'll be ending our first turn. So, as it might have been a bit of a shock to some, that's the way I do battles when it comes to Warhammer. It's I got that idea from, oh shoot, was it Heir of Carthage? Might have been Heir of Carthage, but that's the way I kind of like to do it. Allows me to focus a good bit more on the battle, allows me to get a bit more of a cinematic feel to it all, and yeah, it's just the way it goes. For goodness sake, everybody hates them right now. They might even roll up and take the Citadel of Lead. So of course Vanaheimlings have perished, but we expected that. Let's get Guardians of Chaos, as I say, as quickly as I can, so that we can get some nice friendship with the boys. We're going to jump on into Bola Hat, and I'd love to fight Rakarth myself. He's going to run away and go and fight the Empire or something, but I don't actually know what his defeat sort of trait is, but I'd be more than happy to get on Dural. Let's get some spears. It's always good to have a little bit of a spearage. And we'll just sit there for like 2 turns and then we'll move on up. Apart from that, could we get them trained from here? No, we can't. Okay, now we've got to leave that there. The Isle of Wights, Forsaken Port of Nagranath. Now that, I think, narratively, I think that's meant to be in like the north, but it's fine to have it there. No problems, but yeah. And again, we've not found anybody, so there's going to be a lot of ending turns here. This is hopefully not going to be an exceptionally long. Hey, Bud! Oh, that's funny. They named his agent Boudica. Cool. Anyway, so we are hopefully not going to have this be like too exceptionally long in campaign. It's going to be as long as it needs to be to get the job done. Another storm. That's going to be a common occurrence in this campaign. So we're going to do one more turn of recruitment here. Let's do another 2 of those on one of them. This is going to just, it's going to hurt my money, but it's fine. Can I see their replenishment? I can't. No, but giving them a little bit of a little bit of time should be fine. And we'll end that again. As I say, the goal is for Dural, grab everything in Albion, and then he's going to be leaving. I'm going to have to recruit either a Truceer or a chieftain to stand their ground in Albion when he leaves. I'm thinking a chieftain. Now the plan is probably I'm going to recruit a chieftain, and he is narratively going to be he's all the way over there, but he is going to be our lovely fellow. Nope. He is going to be Cormac. Now Cormac's whole thing is that he is a hero. Even sort of states like he's not the smartest guy, but he's smart enough to know that he's not smart enough to be a king. So making him a chieftain's a bit making him a the warlord is a bit odd. But I want him to be a warlord because inside of his army, I'm going to be having a war maiden unit, and that war maiden unit is going to be representing Queen Gwenlane. So she, in the narrative sense, is actually running the army, but he's going to be the war leader of the army. I think that's the best way I can kind of bring them both into it. That's the way I'm going to do it, I think. So we could extend this army a little bit more, but no, we'll push up and we'll start to take the Citadel of Lead. I don't think that they're going to be like properly kitted about, but I've given them a chance. Yeah, it's the best I could do. I wish for some reason this mod just does that, but it's actually the region trading mod. For some reason, having the region trading mod gave me Citadel of Lead at the start. Why exactly? I have no idea, but it does. So that's just the way it goes. Good, and should be one more step on forward. They won't have walls there. If it is, right, we're just going to auto-battle this. They are actually, wow. They have actually gotten some boys, but no, we'll just auto-battle that. It's just an open field to be overwhelming them with our brave and glorious warband. Yeah, it's a lot of boggy maps here. which it makes sense for Albion. It makes a lot of sense for Albion. Now we are going to be purifying and settling. This is our land very much. I love these images. So we can cleanse it with fire. We can demand an offering. We can collect tithe and occupy, or we can purify and settle. But this is Albion territory, so this is something we want. So we are at war now with them. I'm not going to change that for now. I'm happy enough being at war with them for the time being. Apart from that, let's probably get you. I'm not going to get you anything up there just yet. Let's focus on your magic at first. Dural. I really want him to be a massively powerful mage. Now we are going to be pushing down and fighting the Dark Elves, and that's going to be a much more difficult fight. So let's get another 2 warband and another spearman. Really has just been my basic recruitment for a long time now. But we'll get rid of that, and might get rid of that soon actually. Might get rid of that soon. I did my practice playthrough for this in order to kind of work out what the best sort of early steps are. I only really went up to about turn 20, but I think I know what I want to do and how I want to do it. And it really is massive growth as fast as we can. I want to get Morrigan in the field as soon as possible. For a narrative, you know, it's fun to mess around with more characters, and also for the actual other benefits that come with that. So no, let's get. So now we do have that bonus there when we speak to the lizard men and the high elves. I want to go for this next. So most of our units have War Fury 1 and War Fury 2. So like this guy here. So he has... Actually, oh shoot, he doesn't actually have War Fury 1. He does, maybe? He does. Oh, no, they do. This is what it is. So War Fury 1 is actually really, really helpful, really powerful. But once their leadership gets below 50%, they switch to War Fury 2. And yeah, that's not too pleasant. So, you know, as soon as that leadership drops below 50%, they kind of lose it, and they also lose this ability. So I want to get rid of War Fury 2, and that's what that skill does for me. Well, that's what that research does for me. Let's see, blooming heck, is this... How much storm? So many storms. Can we move down to Bowler Hat? Is that... Oh, good. That's no longer storming down there. Morale's a little bit, or not morale. The public order, that's the word I was looking for, is a little bit dodgy. So, the Waystones. This is what we need. We need a fully rebuilt Surging Waystone in every province in Albion, in order to get Morrigan and also to get some really powerful bonuses. So we're going to be hopefully pushing down that as soon as possible, but there's no real benefit in doing so until we really have the growth to do that. So we're getting Hunter's Cottage right there, right now, to try and bump up that growth. Really just get it kicked up. And I might actually get rid of this sparring field in Bowler Hat as well, in order to buff that up even further. Replace it with a hunting lodge. And yeah, just doof. Pop out those kids. Right now, Dural's got a decent enough army for this stage. You know, the warband is far from perfect, but they're competent enough to get the job done. And we'll have to just make do. I say I'd love to fight Rakarth, just to see what his defeating trait is, and as I say, to have that on Dural. But no, I don't think that's going to happen. A mod that I don't have is... I can't quite remember what it's called. Okay, they want a peace treaty. I wasn't going to ask for it for them, but since they're asking it from me, I'm going to accept it. Now, this is something that Dural would... I mean, they... Like, we view Norse, of course, as they are worshippers of chaos, but it's more due to their ignorance rather than a true, like, evil nature. So, yeah, we're kind of more accepting that, yeah, they're kind of just dumb, pretty much. So they're over there right now. Dural knows they're not a threat. If he stays at war with them, there is this chance that they're going to bloody land on Albion. That's not something we want, so no. We'll leave them to it. If they want peace, they'll get peace. Now, our first contact has been made with the Bretonnians, and as I say, I'm hoping to aid them as soon as possible, so I want to start getting some non-aggression packs, getting some stuff sorted out with that. become a vassal. Great Scott. Imagine that. No, at some point, maybe. Oh, I love that. Spirit of the Jungle freaking loves me. Where are you, big man? Oh, no kill talk. Thank you. Very good, Nikai. I'll lizard a few words, but it's just not necessary to say anything more, I suppose. And again, oh, bowler hat, fantastic. Yeah, let's get a hunter cottage there. We could get the ruined Ogham stones, but no, we will. Let's get another hunter cottage. It won't give us huntresses or young bloods, but it will boost our growth. So that's something that we very much do want. We'll end our turn again. So, oh shoot, what was it? Yes. After we take the Isle of Wights, unless Rikarth manages to have some success on the mainland of the Empire, or Bretonia, wherever he's decided to hurl himself into, his faction will be destroyed. A mod that would sort of fix that, like defeated legendary lords are taken in by their founder faction, so he would go and serve Malekith, which is good. It would give Malekith a nice little buff and sort of, you know, keep him in the game. But because this is like a narrative campaign, I kind of, you know, these important leaders, it's kind of okay to have them die. You know, they die in certain parts of the battlefield. Nobody, you know, you don't all need to survive until the very end of the campaign type thing. Yeah, declare war. It's the way it goes, man. It's the way it goes. Declare war. Just nothing. Nothing more needs to be said. You're sitting here now. I do want to fight this properly because it is hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be quite. Oh no! You guys get a cool settlement. Ah. Throwing ourselves into battle against the vastly outnumbered Dark Elves who inhabit the Isle of Wights currently. Not for long. We push forward into a slightly laggy fest there. That's a bit unpleasant. We'll have to see if that changes. Hopefully. This is quite a small battle, so dear me. If it is going to be a nuisance, don't worry, I will be hopefully changing some things up to ensure that it doesn't continue. Hurling out. Oh, I really should learn the names of these spells. That was a nice little Wings of Fate. Just quite a simple, hurling damage toward them. Nice little explosive splash right into those Black Ark Corsairs. All of these Black Ark Corsairs are going to be ripping through my guys in melee. So as much as those Dark Shards are going to be a nuisance, my guys do at least have some shields to knock off a bit of that damage. Over here on the left, the Harpies have engaged our Centaurs. And the battle is going not too bad there. We are really going to be pumping out a lot of damage to those poor winged ladies. This is not looking quite as nice as it really should, is it? Oh well. Sorry about that little wail. That was just my my fan kicking up as I tried to sort of make sure I wasn't on silent mode. But again, I'll hopefully fix this for later. The Centaurs really providing a bit of an overkill slam into the Harpies, but if it gets the job done, that's a-okay. Their Dark Riders pulling back from my warband there as they push in alongside the Great Giant Togwald, who will stomp on up and really smash down those Black Ark Corsairs as if they were nothing there. I've not currently engaged with Dural, but we've immediately gotten victory is in our grasp. And yeah, the whole sword line of Warband is kind of disagreeing with that, I'm afraid, and I'm sort of one mass route away from being brushed from the field here. Swept from the field, I should say. The Hearthguard are standing a little bit better. Of course, a lot more armoured, a bit more skilled. And the Spearmen, the unshielded Spearmen, they are having to come in and take the place of most of the Warband as our whole front line is bolting off there. We do have the Young Bloods around the flank with a nice little position, a nice little high ground position for their javelins to come hurtling into the back of the Black Ark Corsairs. Really doing a good whack of damage. What's my kill count there already? 50. So any elf dead is a good win for our people, but 50 of them from our youngest warriors is a damn good sight. My warband there just holding these dark shards in place, outnumbered by dark elves. It's not a fun situation though, so they really are just holding them right now. I'm hoping that my centaurs are going to be able to get in over here. They just chased the dark riders off the field. That's me giving the order to charge on in. Now, those harpies, having returned to the fight, were once again chased away by some warband, and my spear-wielding warband over on the left there, Dural, has hurled himself into the fight. Just trying to engage those Blackheart Corsairs. You see the warband do speak as Bretonnians, as I think a few of, well, of course we don't have the voice lines for Albion, but hopefully it doesn't break too much immersion as we shatter that unit there and begin to curl up the lines. The Death Hag herself bolting off the field. Oh well, that's a bit of a shame. Yeah, the first time I did that, before I had all the mods on, that was actually like a proper Dark Elven fort that we had to take. That was still a pretty bloody little fight for us, but far better than it would have been otherwise. So we're going to be, again, purifying and settling here. It's part of our territory. So that is Albion as a province, totally secured. So we're going to be, oh, we can't, oh, no, we choose that here, not on our army. So we have a few choices. Druidic Mist Ritual, which is pretty cool. Definitely nice for a bit of defense and ambushing. We've got the Grand Hunt, which gives growth and replenishment. Pretty obvious what I'm going to be choosing, but we'll have a look through the others anyway. There's a Quash Descent, which is good for a bit of movement around and also just a bit of public order. And then Call the Clans, good if we're just doing mass recruitment. And Harshen Tithes, but no, we'll go for the Grand Hunt again, wanting to just maximize the amount of people. Now, as I mentioned before, I have a bit of a problem with space. As you can see, we have so many landmarks. The Isle of Wight, or the Isle of Wights, having two of them and a port. And in addition to that, we need to construct a waystone, and we need to maintain that waystone here permanently if we are wanting to continue. Well, if we want to keep the effects. Right now they're very negative, but soon they will be positive for us. So it's a bit of a nuisance, and it means I can't have both of these at once. We have the oldest Ogham Stone Circle, which of course is what I'm going to be permanently having there. But I do want to build the Barrows of Albion for a little while, just to pop out a few Albion Barrow Wights and have them placed somewhere. I think that'd be quite nice to just have them in an army, and you know, if we ever need to replenish, well, if we ever need more of them, we can maybe produce a few more. But for now, definitely the Great Ogham Circle is what we'll be going for. Well, that's what we'll go for in the end anyway. For now, though, we want a hunter cottage again. As I say, when I want to bump growth, I want to bump growth really, really hard. So we're going to be going straight for that. As for Dural, I think the plan is I'd love to just set him off immediately. What could we recruit? Locally, we could recruit anything but our spear friends. We could get bloodhounds or youngbloods. I think I want some youngbloods. Definitely. I've already got 3 spears. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge some of these guys together. And then, I might as well. I want to save some money, don't I? Yeah, just for the sake of it. Is it better to do? No, it's better to wait until next turn. And then I'll recruit maybe 2 bloodhounds and another youngblood. That could be fun, or another warband. We'll see. And then I kind of want Dural to get going. We do have enemies, but as I say, Dural knows that Albion alone can't stand up to what's coming. So we need to act pretty quick. So we've found a lot of friends. So let's try and speak to them, set up a few non-aggression pacts. As I say, this is really, Albion has been this real mystery for a long time. I've already done that, but I wanted to just check to see if he had changed. But I wanted to really, so we've now opened up and really sort of mass communicated with people, which is something very strange for Albion. Oh no, not speaking to you. Speaking to the High Elves, though, of Kothic, Again, no, you don't want to trade. You might... Nope. Do you want to trade instead? Maybe? Nope, that's a-okay. We'll get that sorted out hopefully soon, but not right now. We won't be trading with the Norskins. We're happy enough to tolerate them, but we're not trading with them. Definitely not. And got some level up for Dural. I think I want... Oh, it's not there. We'll get him the... We'll be getting everything, really. I want him to have every one of his spells. We might not get a double in every one of the spells, but I want him to be able to cast everything that he's got. So we do have Waystone Influence 2 down here, so this is a nice little addition to it. And once we get maximum Waystone Influence, that is an absolutely colossal benefit that we gain from those what do you even call them? Not edicts, definitely not. But whatever they're called, we get a really heavy bonus from them. So that's that might be a nice place to end the first episode there. Damn it, the 1,000 mods are gone. Really wanted to fight Rakath, but he did that in my practice run through. He ran away and come back here. But no, we didn't get that opportunity, so it's a shame. And yeah, let's upgrade this again. More growth is good. More growth, and we'll do a little bit more recruitment. Let's get, as I say, 2 bloodhounds, 1 more young blood. No, that's too many young bloods. Now that I'm seeing that, let's get a warband. Let's definitely get a warband. Anything going on the trading front? Let's say people kind of like us. People hopefully will like us a bit. Come on, man. Come on, high elves. Trade. Damn. Okay. Nah, well, they're not going to be down for anything else. Nah, that's okay. What if we do it all? Nope, that's okay. That's okay. We'll just give it time. We'll just give it time, and we'll grow on her. We'll grow on her. These weird little painted boys from the northeast will warm her heart, and yeah, we'll bring her to our side. So I was hoping to have I'd like to have 3 battles in an episode. It's just something that I like to do in my Warhammer games, but didn't really. Well, we got an auto battle, but we'll bring that to a close there, unless I'm dreadfully under an hour. But I don't think I am. I think I'm a little bit over it. And thank you guys very much. Hopefully this is I'm enjoying this either way. I'll definitely be finishing it. As I always say, if I start a campaign, I really should finish it. No, I've not stopped one yet. Not saying it never will happen, but hopefully it never will. So thanks guys, and I'll see you later.